Hi, my name is Gudrun from GE Designs. Welcome to my live quilting chat, Tipsy Tuesday. Hi, everybody. Welcome to our show. I'm so happy that you are here, whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube. So I make sure that you introduce yourself, put your name in the comments and where you're tuning in from. It's always fun to see new friends and get to know each other. Tonight, I named the theme of the show, Get Ready for Spring. Yes, I know. It's not even close to being spring here in Minnesota. It's pretty far away, but let's pretend it's right around the corner, okay? It just feels so much better to pretend. And actually, today's temperatures kind of indicated that, but we all know it's a tease. It's one of those tease days. So please, throughout the show, we would love it if you use those thumbs up and hearts. Give us some hearts and love and likes. And if you really appreciate our show, make sure to share it with your friends. Just hit that share button if you're on Facebook. If you're on YouTube, you want to make sure that you're subscribed to our channel so you never miss a show. Sign up for notifications, and then you always get notified when we're live. All right, so lots of folks joining us tonight. It's really exciting to see you guys tune in every week. We, of course, have 2 giveaways each Tipsy Tuesday episode. One lucky winner is randomly chosen from all of your comments during a show. So we have a live winner of a $25 gift card to our store. So the more you comment, the better chances to win. And then, of course, we have a giveaway question at the end. For all of you that might not be able to catch us live, you still get a chance to win a gift certificate. And so in last week's show, we had our giveaway question. And of course, because we were talking a lot about our Scrap School book, brand new, the question was, who has been your most memorable teacher? And before I say anything, I want to say I was humbled and surprised to say that a lot of you mentioned me as being one of your greatest teachers. So that was, or memorable. Hopefully in a good way. But that was really great. Thank you so much. That's just made me blush. But anyways, our winner of last week's show is Nancy O'Keefe Bugliozzi. That's a cool name, a really cool name. And her answer was Mrs. Berg. I would have loved to know what Mrs. Berg taught. Sounds like she was a teacher. So it would be fun to know which subject that was. But anyways, Nancy, congratulations. You'll have won a $25 gift card to the GE Design store. So we will get a hold of you. If you see this, make sure you send us an email to help@gequiltdesigns.com to speed that process up. Again, I want to say a big thanks for the amazing love that we received for the kind of last show's launch of the brand new book, Scrap School, which is a project that I participated in. Lisa Alexander, that is, of course, known for working with Moda. She kind of recruited a lot of us designers to take part and contribute to this book. Here it is. Let me at least show it. I'm very proud to be a part of the amazing names of people in here. A whole bunch of rock stars. And, of course, we are all scrap lovers. So I am titled Professor Gisela Daughter. I obviously kind of specialize in large print, incorporating large prints into your scrappy quilts. And my quilt is featured in the book is, of course, scrap spin cycle that is hanging right behind me. And it's just a great way to use bigger pieces of fabric, but they can all still blend together beautifully and still show off some really cool things from those big prints. So that is great. So the Scrap School, maybe do you want to show a closer view of the quilt that I have in the book? Because you only see a part of it there. So there it is in full view. And some lovely boys playing Battleship, looks like. Ooh, Battleship. We haven't played that in forever. It looks like graham crackers. I love the teddy bear, but okay, Battleship. Do you used to play this when you were young? So in Iceland, we didn't have the fancy like game. We would just have, ruled paper, and we had to make up our own ships. And
I was outside playing.
Oh.
I didn't play inside.
Oh, well, we did that too, but Iceland. So you never played Battleship on a ruled notebook paper?
No.
Okay, I did that. That was fun.
I didn't want any note paper because it reminded me of school.
Oh. Okay. All right. To each his own. I loved working with graph paper. And of course, look where I am today. I design quilts. And of course, if we want to sketch up a block, it's going to be done on graph paper, right? So I love that game. Anyways, that was a little side note, a little side conversations. That happens a lot during our episodes. So I wanted to tell you that we actually sold out of the first shipment of books. We have another order in, and so hopefully they will get them back in soon. I think the response was amazing. So we will get it, I think, about the first week of March. So if you are still interested in purchasing from us, if you click on a product that says sold out, you'll get the product page, and there's going to be a box there that says sign up to be notified when it's back in stock or restocked. So you just put your email in there, and then as soon as we put it back in stock, you'll get that email. So this is really handy if you really want something that we know we're going to stock back. So check that out. And so just like I said, you click on the product page and it will be right there. So that was the first I wanted to talk about. Thanks about the scrap school love. I'm still planning what my second spin cycle quilt will look like. Still working on it. Hi, Marcy from Illinois. Great to see you. Thank you for being here. Second, I wanted just to mention that a lot of our oh yeah, the quilt. I'm not giving away the quilt, but I do autograph the book. So whenever you place an order, put in the notes, please have Gudrun autograph or sign it to somebody, and I will do that. If I'm in the office, I will do that for sure. Okay, so I wanted to mention that our delivery companies like USPS and FedEx are still recovering from all the storms last week. So it doesn't really matter if your state was really affected by all the storms or the temperatures or the weather. Your packages may still be delayed. So just keep checking their websites, do the tracking on your order. They will have a much more up-to-date information than we have. All we can do, if you email us, all we can do is look at their website and relay that information. So just, give it a little bit of patience. This was, way out of the ordinary. And I'm so happy to see by some of your comments that all of you down south, especially Texas, are warming up. And I guess it was in the 80s again today. So that's the wild world we live in. So I'm glad that you are back to normal, and hopefully those of you that still without power or fresh water, I hope that will be rectified soon. It's just really devastating. Can't even think about it. All right. I
love your shirt.
Oh, thanks. It's actually kind of a sweatshirt material, so it's like
It's a little busy.
Oh, it's so comfy though. It's super soft, and it's kind of like wearing pajamas.
Super soft.
Super soft. He doesn't like that. Super soft. Super. I thought that was your favorite word.
No.
It's not your favorite word.
Super.
Okay. Okay, 70 degrees. That's great. All right. It's not 70 here, but it went into the 40s. And I tell you what, 40s in February in Minnesota when we just had sub-zero, 20, 30 below, feels like a freaking heat wave. I did not put my thick winter coat on today. I just had a light jacket, no hat, no mittens. Beautiful. I even had like a little gap between the socks and the pants. Bare skin. Didn't even feel it. It's a beautiful thing.
I was still in my down jacket and hat.
Well, I realized why people live in these cold climates, because we go through the horrid deep freezes and we are miserable, but then we get a day like this and we're like, we completely forgot about it. It's like, it's so awesome right now. Like 40s feels so awesome. Whereas you're somewhere else and 40s doesn't feel so awesome, but it just feels so awesome compared to where we were. So that's when we're like, okay, this is great. I'm going to keep living here. Isn't that something? So psychologists out there, isn't that something? It's like that memory that just kind of goes away. You forget the bad stuff when the good stuff comes along. All right, I wanted to talk a little bit about our Fast and Furious Club project, Pitter Patter, the baby quilt hanging right on the shelf here. That one went live on Saturday morning early, and you guys just amaze me. There are multiple pitter patter quilts already done, finished. Of course, it's a quilt as you go, so it goes together really fast. Like I told you, it's literally like 3 hours max binding on. And so I thought, just for fun, you know, I knew you were going to make multiples. I really dare you to just make one. It's just, if you have an opportunity to donate or give away or make it for somebody that's having a baby, it's so fast and easy and fun. So, and it's easy to kind of pull fabrics for it, because you need 4 fat quarters, half yard of background, and some binding and backing. So really easy. But we do still have some animal cracker kits available. So that's the one hanging on the shelf here, this version. But I thought, yeah, there it is, close up. Really cute fabrics. Really, really cute. And then I thought it would be fun to show you. I just went on our Facebook group and just grabbed photos of like a few quilts. So I just thought I'd show you. This is not our full, we will do a full, you know, slideshow of all the quilts in about a couple of weeks, but I didn't even pull the names. I just pulled photos of the beautiful different versions of this quilt. It's so versatile, you know, whether you're doing it for gender neutral, boy, girl, any kind of interest. Somebody made 2 already. I mean, I think somebody made 3 already. It's crazy how fast they go. You can make soft colors, strong colors. Tulip pink, look at this one, line work. So much fun with that bright lime green in there. So, and this one was made from a little Forester bundle. So easy to pull together and so quick. So I think a lot of you are going to be making multiples. I know I am. We actually did have a little baby nephew. Well, grandnephew? Is it a grandnephew? It's a grandnephew. Born.
It's kind of my second
grandnephew. Well, so some of you saw our video with My Funny Valentine, and we talked about Pookie Poo. So Pookie Poo just had a little brother on Sunday. And it's going to be, his name is Cam Jr., Cameron Andrew.
My nephew Cameron Andrew Johnson.
Yes.
Which now he's a KAJ, like his
uncle. Yeah.
Uncle, which
now
I'll be his pawpaw.
Yeah. We have not met him yet. He's still in the hospital, so we're excited to meet him. So there will be quilts. I have a quilt actually ready and made for him, but there will be more. Can't wait to see him in person. But hopefully they'll be able to go home soon, and we'll be able to visit when it's safe. But we are very excited. So baby quilts galore. Baby quilts galore. I know that. As soon as I see cute fat quarters, I will pull together to make one of those. So do not miss, if you like those quilt as you go quick projects, do not miss next week's Tipsy Tuesday. March 2nd is when we will reveal the trimester 3, the last trimester of Fast and Furious Club this season. So the projects for March, April, and May. So you can purchase the trimester, or of course you can purchase them individually. Those of you that already did the 9-month, that will automatically be included. But of course, it's always fun to see the reveal of the project. So that will be next week during our Tipsy Tuesday episode. All right, so I talked about in the beginning, getting ready for spring. Yes, of course. What does that mean? So, I mean, first thing when everybody talks about getting ready for spring, first thing that pops into everybody's head is spring cleaning. Boring. Boring.
Shorts and flip-flops.
Shorts and flip-flops. Well, spring in Minnesota is not really shorts and flip-flops yet, unless you want to wait. Well, I do have to say, those true Minnesotans are crazy. We have a guy working for us that shows up in shorts every day. He did in 20 below. He showed up in shorts. Yes. I don't know how he does it, but Nick, you know, he's a true heart. Truly. My gosh. Anyway, so spring cleaning for me is not really go start crawling around my house with a toothbrush. Nope. It's more like kind of reorganizing, and I'm talking about my sewing room. I did talk about last week's episode about, we're talking about our scraps and the scrap school and how I organize my scraps. So I showed you that little basket of fabric that I need to now chop up into my units and store away. I talked about the storage bins that I use. Believe me, they're available everywhere, Target. So just check out that last week's Tipsy Tuesday episode. And then that is really what that means to me, is kind of clearing out the stuff that's kind of built up through winter in my sewing area. And things get built up year round, but it's always really good to kind of look forward to spring, and then also just kind of bringing in a little bit of color. And as far as the whole house, I feel like after the holidays and in January, you're in your winter, and then right away you start feeling like, okay, we're ready for this change to start happening, the change of the seasons. And here where I live, it takes a long time. Iceland does too, but the days get longer, we get more light. So I love doing little things for the seasons or for the holidays. I mean, in February, we do get a little bit of red and pink for Valentine's Day, and not necessarily a big holiday, but it just gives you that opportunity to change things up. And then we have Easter coming, usually March, April. Well, we have St. Patrick's Day in March, and then we have Easter, and then we have April showers, and then May baskets. So there's some things to look forward to full on summer. So I love just little table toppers, table runners, something to just freshen things up, even if it's just a table runner on your dining table or on your island or something. Table topper in a different color, and just to be able to swap that out every month or every 3 weeks is just something to look forward to. And actually, for me, working on a new one gets you even more in that mood of, okay, things are starting to change. We're starting to enter this change of the seasons. So I can, like I said, use some things year after year, but I actually, a couple of years ago, I took an old pattern of mine, table runner, called the Bloomin Runner, which was a simple applique of flowers, of a flower. So it was like a scrappy strip pieced background and then an applique flower on top. Can we put up that old pattern, but classic? So if you look closely at the background of that table runner, it's a bunch of 2.5-inch strips just of these neutral colors pieced, and then quilt as you go background, border it, and then the appliques on top. So what I did is, 2 years ago, I wanted to do something for St. Patrick's Day, just something fun. And I just took this pattern and changed out the applique. So what I also did, can we show that Shamrock Runner? Where I took just a bunch of strips, green strips, I sewed them together, and then I appliqued that strip pieced unit. So it's really easy. So you kind of create your own fabric. Instead of cutting that out of one fabric, I created my own fabric by strip piecing a big piece of scraps, and then I appliqued those onto the background of the runner. So it's kind of a double whammy. So it combines the spring cleaning part of, you can use up a whole bunch of your 2.5-inch strips and maybe your 1.5-inch green strips, or they could even be different width scraps. Just piece them all together and create your own fabric, and then cut that applique out of there. So it combines the two. Something to look forward to. And that particular applique shape is actually found on my website. So all you do is go to the website and you click on bonus charts and templates, and it's going to be right in there. And actually a part of that also is an applique for an Easter basket. So I don't have one made yet. I don't have one made, but I wanted to show you what the applique looks like. So it's just like a classic Easter basket with some eggs. Excuse me. But you could totally do a strip pieced basket or even some little scrappy strip pieced eggs. Oh, I got a little fluff in my throat. Excuse me, sorry about that. So I haven't made this one yet, but I would love to. And I was going to show you the actual runner. Couldn't find it. Well, I realized, so not last Christmas, the year before, I did a big fundraiser for the homeless shelter, and I sold like 100 different small quilts, runners, toppers, and things. And I think that was one of the ones I sold for the charity. So, which means I get to make another one. So I just wanted to mention that. I wanted to also show you, if you were unsure of where to find those bonus applique patterns. So can we pull up the website just to show them where to find it? So if you pull up the website, this is what you see. And so right in the middle at the top, it says bonus charts and templates. You click on that. You have to scroll kind of way down because this was done 2 years ago. And then you can find it and you just pull it up. It's a PDF and it pulls up right away and you can print it right from there. So it's a great way, great, quick, fun project. Either if you have the Bloomin Runner pattern, if you don't have it, we have it both in a printed form and as a PDF, so you can get on that easy and fast. Oh, somebody's throat is dusty. It's dusty in here. Does that mean I have to do some spring cleaning? No. Get that woman a cocktail. Exactly. I like that thinking much better thinking on that. But that is kind of, I would love to see some of your decorating ideas. So if you're on Gudrun's Quilt Crew on Facebook, post some of your seasonal runners and toppers. Actually, I went to try and find this runner in my little cabinet, and I realized that there are not many seasonal runners left in that cabinet where I used to store all my little things. But this one that I have kept for a really long time, this is a Easter table runner. This one was in my Fast and Furious book called Fast and Furious Holiday. And I just kind of love it. It's skinny and fast, and I love the colors. Soft kind of fig tree-ish colors, or Three Sisters, either one. And I've had it for a really long time, 10 years at least, 10, 11 years. So I still have it, and I know that book is out of print, but if you have it, check it out. It's really beautiful on a table, just really Easterly. And who knows, maybe I will re-release it as a small pattern because I think it's really, really cute. Anyway, so I would love to see more of your project and what you do for the seasons. But speaking of the website, we have been working on some improvements. So if you go to the website this week and all of a sudden things look very different, don't be alarmed. We are making some changes with the look, which will also have some extra great features. So we'll be rolling it out sometime this week once we have everything tested. And so just don't be alarmed if you go on our website and it looks totally different. The quilts behind me. We have Camilla in the corner. Camilla has been in my laundry bin for a while because it has a stain in it, and I finally washed it, and I'm like, okay, well, now we got to hang her up. So she's in the corner. We got Pitter Patter, and then we got Spin Cycle. But I have lots of amazing things. First off, to show you that came into the store. So I think we're going to spend some time on that because of your request, I decided to always pull some basic 1 yards to go with all our bundles. And but first off, I wanted to mention that I told you last week that we were getting a little more abandoned, and it's in the house. So we had put it back up for pre-order, and it wasn't sold out. So what we got, that is going to be it. So if you were still thinking about getting abandoned, here's your chance. It still looks like a pre-order on the website. Don't worry about that. It will still probably ship tomorrow or Thursday. So, very excited. We're excited to see it come so fast because you never know these days. All right, so I hear that you have some fun sound effects worked out for these features tonight.
I don't really talk about that.
Well, yeah, but I don't hear it, so I might have to turn up my volume on my phone so I can hear some of those, but I might get distracted. The trick is I just have to watch the show after the fact, and then so I can see what he's up to on the side. Camilla is in the first mixology book, so the gray one, so the one next to the new one, Stripology Mixology. And it's made with 2.5-inch strips and a background. It's so cool. Multiple different layouts you can do with that block. All right, so the first off, I wanted to talk about just a little bit of an addition to our 1 yard basics. One of my favorite lines of basics is Speckled by Ruby Star Society for Moda. I'll show you these. We got 2 new colors. One of them is actually, so a lot of the Speckled have metallic in them. This one is just called Sweet Cream, Speckled Sweet Cream, and it's just a perfect cream. Very nice ivory cream, and it just has little bitty specks of white in it. I know you can't really see that, but it has specks of white, and that is it. So it's like the alternative to your solid cream. Just a little sweet cream, you know? Cream is really no good on its own. It has to be a little bit sweet. So that's that. And then we have this most amazing navy. You know how I love my navies for a background? This one has specks of gold in it and then specks of a lighter blue. So it has a lot of depth, and I really love this. So I will definitely be using both of these for a future quilt. But we're going to start, since I talked about the spring coming, we're going to start on the beach tonight. So this bundle is called, On the Beach. No, I promised that I was going to know this. Beach Travel. It's called Beach Travel. And so I know that we might not be able to travel to the beach, but here's our way to travel. So this fabric line is by 3 Wishes. So they produce very affordable fabrics, but really cool, fun novelty stuff like this. So this is, I believe, a 9-piece bundle, 9 pieces, very affordable, and just amazing fun stuff. So we have the surfboards. We have this one that's kind of all the different collage of different beach things. We have another with all the Volkswagen. What are these called? The bus, the VW bus, right? Yeah, we call it in Iceland. This car has a nickname. It's called the Rúbrauð, which actually means like the brown bread, because it's like a loaf of the brown bread.
I don't get that.
No, I know, but that's an Icelandic thing. So I know you Icelanders, if you are watching, you know what I'm talking about. Anyways, I love this so much. So here is all the beach huts, and we got the sand and all the fun stuff on the beach. This is just the cutest line. And I just love these fresh colors. We've got the beach signs, Seaside Lifeguard, Shell Shop, Oyster Bar, Surf Beach. So fun. And then this I love. It's the bicycles and all the fun colors with a polka dot seat. Like, I want this bicycle. Can I have one? Can you find me one? And I want a basket on it that says beach. I don't necessarily need flowers in my basket. It'd be more like cocktail stuff. But I want this. I want this polka dot seat for my bike. And then we have beach balls. And of course, this really wonderful coral print in this beautiful coral color that kind of ties in everywhere. And then we have awesome rainbow waves in those basic colors. So that's our stripe, acting as our stripe. So this is so much fun. So I had a lot of fun trying to pulling colors to go with this, but this is not all. It has a panel. So the panel is not a part of the bundle, but the panel has 4 big prints. So I could also go with a Vespa, okay? Especially if we could get a polka dot seat for my Vespa. That is adorable. And these are pretty large. I think they are almost a 14, 15-inch block. So great for pillows, great for a beach bag. So it has the Vespa. It has the bus, the Rúbrauð. And it has the beach huts with the little messed up fencing, and then we have the camper, a beach camper. I love this so much. I just want to be right there right now, like sitting in this chair. So this is, like I said, the panel is separate, and then the fabrics that I pulled with it. So I loved, of course, all of the turquoises, the kind of aqua colors. So I started there and did a nice array from kind of a darker sea green with a circle burst teal. And then we went into a little bit more turquoise, so canvas turquoise. We did a Dimples duck egg, which has a little bit brighter turquoise to it. And then the lightest one is Dash Flow Mist. Just works really well with the lightest kind of aqua colors. And then I wanted to pull out some of these yellows, because there's lots of yellows, kind of soft yellows, without really going into the sand color, but a different tones of yellow. So I did the Circle Burst Sunshine. Same pattern here. It works really well with those light ones. A Canvas Sunshine, and then Jack's Beeswax. So it's a little bit deeper tone, but it works really nice with kind of the golden tones of everything else in here. So I'll put those over here. And then last but not least, of course, had to pull some of these coral colors out. Starting with this one of my favorites, Floral Elements Coral. It's just a gorgeous print because it has that little bit of floral print into it. And then Grunge Mango, just a perfect color in between coral and pink. I wouldn't call it pink, it's kind of mango, really. And then Canvas Melon. So it's a little bit more orange, but it works really well to have that shade kind of gradation. So one of the things I wanted to mention, because I saw some comments that it's too much to buy all of these different 1 yards for just one bundle. And I understand that, but know this. I pick my basics that you can get in 1 yard cuts very carefully. So I pick the lines that I carry, and I pick the colors out of the lines that I carry. I don't carry the full line of anything, because I'm a picker and a chooser. So a lot of these, let's say you buy a few 1 yards to go with this. You're not going to use all of it. So rest of it is a true stash builder, because you're going to be able to pull that out for the next bundle that you want to play with. So you'll see me use all of those again and again and again, because I choose very carefully which ones I carry, because they meld in with so many different things and so many different fabric lines. That's my superpower, mixing and matching, and also my absolute favorite thing in the world to do. So if I could just do that all day long, you guys, make imaginary quilts, I would, and I kind of get to do it a little bit. So this is, what is it called? Beach travel. Okay, we can travel in our sewing rooms. I mean, even though we can't travel to a beach right now, we can travel in our sewing rooms. I love it. Okay, so this was beach travel. Let's check out the next one. The next one is also a 3 Wishes fabric line. We didn't get a lot of this, so I apologize if this one sells out fast. I kind of have a feeling it will. It is called Magical Galaxy. Magical Galaxy starts off, so this one has metallic to it. Some of the prints have a little bit of glitter to it, but it's not glitter that's gonna get everywhere, I promise. This one I love because it has all the signs we have. Let me find mine. Sagittarius is kind of the biggest one. Let me find yours. Where's yours? Oh, here's the Virgo. But I love the colors, the aquas and the purples. They go so well together, and all the color variants in between. So very kind of galaxy-esque. We have the light print with the metallic suns and moons.
Does it glow?
It's not a glow in the dark, no. But it really kind of glows on its own. I mean, it sparkles. I love one of the comments from I don't know if it was last week, but one of our shows, because I was asking if you like sparkle or not. And somebody says sparkle is my favorite color. And so I totally get it. Sparkle can be my favorite color. Sometimes it is my favorite color. Sometimes you just want a little bit of sparkle. These are great basics, so I love these kind of almost like a marbly effect, but with little glittery stars, like this one has those stars just kind of sparkling in there. You see more of the glitter in this one. We have this one as the stars, but it has all the turquoise, the blues, and the purples, along with that gold metallic. Tell you, gold and purple are just the perfect match. This one kind of acts as your stripe. We have that tone-on-tone print, the marble with the stars and the purple tones. And then this last one is kind of like this patchworky mosaic and has that glitter effect in it. Now, of course, with all that glitter and gold, the perfect accompaniment is our line of rainbow shimmer. And look at this. So you could literally go from the rainbow sprinkles, rainbow sprinkles, sorry. It's actually, this is not supposed to be sprinkle. It's supposed to be rainbow shimmer. Blizzard. We have rainbow shimmer dawn. We have indigo. And then ink. So beautiful tones of all of these colors. And just I wanted to include the black because there are nice and black features in here. Then I found the perfect stripe, if you need a stripe with this, binding or sashing or narrow border. This stripe in the Forest Magic is perfect. It has all the blues, it has even the greens, and then it has the lavender purples. How this looks like it was designed for this, but it wasn't. But I knew this was going to work for so many things. So this is the Forest Magic stripe, blue. And then I thought, okay, so if I wanted to build something around this and add some more color, I decided just to pull some more purples and some more of the darker blues, because a lot of these are kind of medium prints, medium to light prints. So I pulled 3 purples in different shades. We have the Spectrostatic Amethyst, and then Canvas Plum, and then Jot Dot Lilac. So different hues, different variation in the patterns. And then for blues, I did our Bumbleberries Purple Ink, our Spotted Sapphire, and then the Stratosphere Lapis, because it has the light blues and the darker blues. I just think that's a really glorious mix. Now again, like previously, these combinations, we will be updating our blog post with all these combinations. So you can check out the blog, probably not until like end of tomorrow, maybe not until Thursday. So we will put it in the newsletter when the blog post is up. If you subscribe to our email newsletter, that is the best way to get all the updates on the blog and stuff. So if you want to kind of get a closer look at which exact fabrics I've chosen with this. And of course, the new speckled metallic, I'm just looking at it over here, would be an awesome, awesome background for this. All right, so this is our Galactic Bundle. I know this one's not gonna stay in stock for very long. It's just one of those. Okay, next place we're gonna go is we're gonna go again to the sea. So this is You, Me, and the Sea. And this is a beautiful, fun mermaid type of a fabric line that I started with from Dear Stella. And so sometimes it's hard to find really girly things, and so this one is a perfect one. So I love that the mermaids are different skin tones, different hair colors. So beautiful, beautiful thing that everybody gets represented here. We have all kinds of mermaids. We have the sea turtles in the green, and how beautiful that they have a little floral element and a little starfish on them. So love the tone of this. And even I love because it's a girlier line with mermaids, but it still has blues. You know, we don't have to necessarily always go pink and yellow with girls. I added, of course, some basics that work well in. So Moonscape in there works well. I pulled Jack's that works perfectly with that green. And then there's a floral in there, some of the darker blues, but love pink with navy. I just love a combination of pink and navy. So a little bit more of the basics in there. I threw in some pink basics because this print is so cute too. We have narwhals and the turtles and all the fun stuff in the sea with the sea, the ocean plants, and then another basic, so moonscape basic. So this is a 10-piece line. Really a fun one to do. This one would be awesome for a pitter patter, of course. But I decided to pull just a few 1 yards because it is fairly well balanced. It's a little more on the lighter blue side. We do have 3 navies. We have, you know, 3, 4 of the lighter blues, but we only have 1 kind of green and 2 pink. So I added 1 pink. And so the Floral Elements bubblegum would act as our 3rd pink. And then I wanted more of that green, so I did 2 tones of it. So I did that Spectrostatic Deep Sea, which is a deeper green, but it kind of works really well with the deeper tones of the green. And then I did a Speckled Icebox, which has a little bit of gold, but that's just makes it better. And then 2 different shades of darker greens on there. And I just think these are awesome with it. So this would kind of really round out the pattern really well. It would be well balanced that way if you're putting all of the prints into a scrappy quilt like Sammy or JoJo or Kira or anything like that. You could use the lighter prints for your lights and all that. For any of the prints they use the lights and darks, and so love this. So this is kind of what I would say more on the girly side, but guess what? We have another ocean themed that maybe would be a little bit more on the boy side. So gotta love that. We are loving equality over here at GE Designs. We don't discriminate. So we have a line called Riptide. This is a Riley Blake fabric line, and even though girls like sharks and they surf and they like blue and green and all those colors, so this is not necessarily a boys line. But compared to Yumi in the Sea, you would kind of make that distinction. So we have sharks, of course. And you knowing what? My daughter would absolutely love this. She loves sharks, so this would be something that she would like. We have sharks and we have ocean waves, and I love these kind of a little bit more kind of subdued colors, so not as bright, a little bit kind of muted. I love the surfers. And unfortunately, all the boys these are all boys. All the surfers are boys, but we have different skin colors, different hair colors. Love that. Love that inclusivity. And then we have just sharks circling in the riptide, I guess. We have shark teeth, and I think they're all shark teeth. Just different types of sharks. And we have, as a stripe, kind of like a shark tooth pattern. More sharks in the light blue, and some of the ocean waves going into like the more blue version, so from the green into the blue. I really love these colors. Shark teeth again, we got the shark print again in the dark background, and the stripe in the dark navy, and then we have the surfers again on the dark background. Bright turquoise surfboards. I love those. So this is our riptide. And so for this one, with these little bit of muted colors, the basic that worked perfectly for this were our Dear Stella, even though this is not a Dear Stella line. But check this out. So if you wanted to add some more to it, you could do some more of the green. So I have Jack's in the fur color, which is perfect with these greens. We have Moonscape in the lagoon, has a little bit of that ivory in there, so it'll be great for sashings, great for bindings, or even just to include in a quilt. If you wanted to go a little bit darker, the spruce works really well, but you know, the color name doesn't make sense, but it goes really well, kind of as the darkest feature of those greens. And then I pulled a couple of blues. We have the Moonscape in the marlin, so it's more of those bluish tones. And then the Jack Sapphire as your darkest navy, but it has that light blue in there, so it works really well with this print. and just an awesome addition. Now, if you need it, if you wanted to do a pattern, one of my patterns that maybe is scrappy goodness with focus, like a focus fabric, which color to pull out that would blend seamlessly and still really stand out. And I immediately kind of looked to this print here, and I saw these little goldfish, like this color with, like, it's kind of almost an orange, but orange and green and blue always looks great. So check this one out. So this is the Jack's Rust, and it's like the perfect accompaniment to this. So if you wanted to really need an accent to stand out, this would have been my pick. You could also go chartreuse, but I think, or like a brighter green or a dark brown, but I think this would really kind of seamlessly blend, not blend in, but not be too harsh with everything else and still stand out really nicely. All right, so this was a Riptide. Riptide, kind of, yeah, almost pretty much shark themed, but hoping those surfers don't end up as food for the sharks. Okay, I got one more bundle, and this is kind of my favorite. Not gonna lie, of course, I love Paris. So this is called, it's just a 6-piece bundle. It's a Dear Stella, so very novelty. It's called Pardon My French. Yeah, and you do really have to pardon my French because I don't really know French, but pardon my French. So let me show you these. These are so awesome, and they're so French. Love this print. So if you have been there, this will look familiar. All the patisseries, the cafes, the flower shops, it's just awesome, and all the colors. Might be a little bit more colorful than in actuality, but that's what we love. So it's an artist rendering. So this is one of the prints. Here's another one. This one is just a very beautiful floral with some birds. So this could be used along with anything, but still super pretty. And then we have the boudoir print, which I love. The boudoir print with all the brushes and the lingerie and the beautiful brocade chairs, lipstick, shoes. Just so much fun, and a beautiful pink color. So like I said, very novelty, but so cute. And then we have some of the monuments of France, of course. Does this one make you want to go back?
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Do we have some cool sound effects going on?
Speaking of French. You know.
Oh, really? Oh, pardon my French. Yeah, so we, of course, if you did Stroll in Paris, the block of the month, all of this will be very familiar. Love this. And then, of course, you cannot go to France without some macarons, and some little, all kinds of different, sweets and teacups, and oh, I just love this. I love this, and I want some macarons right now. So yummy. All the different pastries. And last but not least, we had a lot of this in Paris. The cheeses, the fromage. I absolutely love this. So I just think this would be super cool for the little trivets, for napkins, for little table toppers, even just like a basket liner. Something for your cheese tray. I just love it. So one of the places that we stayed at on our tour in France was this country hotel, and their breakfast spread was like heaven, for me to walk into heaven. They had a table full of cheeses. Remember that?
Cheeses in heaven.
And I would just stand there. Well, and then they had the baguettes and fresh bread, and I would just stand there.
It's all about the croissants.
And the croissants, yeah. You love the croissants. I love the cheese and the baguettes and the wine. I mean, who doesn't? So this just reminds me of that hotel and that most amazing breakfast in my life. So if I were to have like what would be the last breakfast you would ever have, I would, and I could choose anything in the world, put me back there, and I will spend all day in that breakfast room.
Someone speaks about the Moulin Rouge.
The Moulin Rouge. Where? Oh, is the Moulin Rouge in here?
No, it's just some...
Oh, talking about it. Okay, so I did pick some colors with this. I feel like this little bundle is really just kind of a collector's item. For me, I am putting it on my shelf and petting it all the time. But I did pick some colors to go with it. Of course, you got to pick some yellows, some reds, and some turquoise aquas, and a little bit of green. So I started with the yellows. The triangle dot bumblebee is, of course, a Deer Stella print, so it works with everything. I did find this one was a little softer yellow. And polka dots are so French, so I did a little, it's like a confetti. So they're really pin dots, but with all the different colors in the yellow. So look at this, kind of a little bit like cheese. And I found it in the red hen too, speckled red hen, country confetti, and it's a perfect red. Deep red with, goes really well with all of those. And then I did, let's see, I did another red that's a little bit more pink. So it's the Jack's Tiger Lily, so it has a little bit more pink tones to it. And then I did the blue, so I started with this one, the Nature Elements Ocean Breeze. So it has the darker teals, the aquas, turquoise, and then the light one. So it works really well throughout, has a lot of depth. And then the darker one, I chose the Grand Horizon, just because it has speckles of that darker blue in there. So we see, you know, some of those darker colors, it will just really pull them out. And then you'll have to find a good green. So Grunge Holly is bright enough to work with all the greens in here, but it has those darker elements that are kind of throughout too. So it has all the different tones of the greens. So that was my choice for the greens. And then I thought, okay, what if I wanted a light to kind of blend everything together? And I found the speckled shell. So speckled, it has that really nice creamy background, but little specks of gold, little specks of turquoise, and little specks of that dark green. So it just worked out really well with these. Just loved playing with this. So which one of you also just buys fabric just to keep on your shelf for a while? Because this, I don't know if I would be able to sew anything out of it unless I made sure to keep some. To keep some. But I think I'm going to make something out of that cheese fabric. I just have to.
Nice.
Yes. Would you like something out of the cheese fabric? That's not you?
Would love some.
You would love some?
Yeah.
There's no Merlot cheese on here, though.
Well, then never mind.
Oh, okay. Only French cheeses. No Merlot cheese. All right, so that was quite a lot, and I had so much fun picking all these accompanying fabrics, but I hope you enjoy that feature of our shows. So, okay, they are really enjoying that part. Yeah. So that's great. So don't think that you have to buy all these 1 yards with every single bundle, but get your mind going and how this process works and how I pull things and how I explain it. And then once you buy a 1 yard, you don't necessarily have to use all of it for that particular project. It's a great stash builder. Mm-hmm. All right. Does that make sense to you?
Makes sense.
All right. So after all this, do we have a live winner for tonight's show?
Sure do.
We do. You have it all ready. Let me see. Who is it? Oh, Carmen Oberg-Gumbarek. I think she's from Sweden. Congrats, Carmen. You have won a $25 gift card to our store. Thank you for being with us. I know it's super late in Sweden. Sorry, I said super again.
Super.
It's really late in Sweden. So we really appreciate you watching live. Congrats, you've won a $25 gift card. We will get a hold of you. If you see this, send us a quick email and we will make sure that you get that gift certificate as soon as possible so you can go shopping. So, of course, we are going to have a question for you to have a second chance to enter our giveaway. That is, here's my question. So we talked about spring tasks and all this stuff that comes with spring. So what part of spring tasks do you enjoy? One thing that happens in spring in Minnesota is if you have a dog and the snow melts in the backyard, and then what gets left? Kobe, you want to say something about that? You gonna help with that cleanup? Yeah. That's not the fun part about spring cleanup. No. But I hope you enjoy some other tasks that come with spring. Do you enjoy any other tasks that come with spring?
Yeah, just being able to go outside and stay outside with no coat.
Yes, for sure. But that's not really a task.
That is a task.
Okay.
Cleaning out my garage.
Like cleaning out the garage. Yeah, that is always a great thing to do. Clean out the garage, and then you won't have slush and salt and stuff coming into your garage. That is true. Not that that's my favorite task. My favorite task is, of course, I talked about it, decluttering the sewing room, getting it ready for spring and summer sewing. And I also kind of like go through my pantry and things like that in the kitchen. Kind of getting ready to switch over from those heavy winter recipes into the lighter ones. All right, so answer that question in the comments, and we'll pick a winner next week randomly from all of your great comments. And next week will be, of course, our next Tipsy Tuesday. It will be March already. March 2nd is our next show. We will be launching and showing you all the new projects for Fast and Furious Club Trimester 3. Don't miss it. And then, of course, I'll be here this coming Friday, February 26th at 3 p.m. Central Time. But that is it for us tonight. I hope you enjoyed hanging out with us for an evening. We will see you Friday, hopefully. If not, next week. Thanks for being here. Bye-bye.